Good afternoon, YouTube pipe community. Michael here from Whiteford Handmade Pipes, and I think this is gonna be a VR to PipeCats 100 Sub Gaw, which I've been putting off for a long time, both accidentally and I guess purposely in a way, because few of those questions are really difficult for me. I know he said that one question could be omitted. I just remembered that. I got some, what is it, old old dark fired Kentucky here. I'm gonna smoke in my little meerschaum that I got there a few days ago. Got me a black coffee. Well, it's got cream in it. You know, speaking of that, it's been difficult for me, but I'm on, I think, my 6th month now, 5 or 6 months of giving up sugar, white sugar. I used to put 2 heaping teaspoons of sugar in my coffee, and you figure I have at least 2 coffees a day, so that's 4 heaping teaspoons of sugar a day, you know, by 7 days a week, 30 days in a month, 12 months in a year. I mean, that all adds up, and I have been able to finally lose weight and keep it off for a change, because all through my life I've bounced up and down like a yo-yo. But anyway, I digress. Thinking of, I guess the questions, I'll go over the 5 questions that PipeCat or Larry wanted to know. One was, what was the most disastrous new experience you've ever tried? Favorite movie quote, who said it, and what movie? What character, I guess. What is the most surprising thing that a new acquaintance would learn about me? What would you give up for like Lent, or would be the hardest thing to give up? And what was the most kindless, selfless thing that somebody did for me, and how it affected me? That's the real difficult one for me. Because really, I can't think, you know, other than, you know, nice thing like, you know, Aromatics X there, Jeff sending me some tobacco out of the blue like that. I can't really, you know, and then one time over in Germany, went to Frederick Schaff and Ham Radio Fest, and I got a fine and €200, and I'm not going to say what it was or get into that, but it had to be paid on the spot, let's put it that way, and I didn't have the money. I could have got it, but I mean, my friend Dirk Reiner's ON5GS, he paid it just like that, bammo. So I guess I could, that would, you know, be something like that. I suppose I could go for that, but other than that, you know, I haven't had some that I can think of, some crazy, outrageous thing that somebody has ever done for me. Like, that was a real tough one. That was a really, really tough one for me. Well, I got the pipe pack. And, oh yeah, I picked up some of this twine, hemp twine, and I've been using it. I got it at the dollar store. I just cut off a piece like this, and then light it like that with the cruddy lighter, and then went out. Well, I really burnt myself today on the frying pan, or actually I was cooking a grilled cheese sandwich, and when I was taking it out of the pan, some of the cheese squeezed out of it and stuck to my finger. This finger here, and oh, jeez. That's why I haven't really been doing any pipe work today. I wanted to get to work on PipeCat stem. There, Larry. Which I'm gonna do, but there. That's good tobacco. She's 5 minutes in and haven't even answered a question yet. Well, number one, the most disastrous new experience I've ever tried would have been back in 91. That's right, because I was 21 years old, and we were down at Cedar Point Amusement Park there in Sandusky, Ohio. And we were having like a picnic in the back of the pickup truck. My deceased old best friend Jack, he rode his Harley down, and his son and daughter and myself took his pickup truck down or followed him. Anyway, we were having like a picnic in the parking lot. Had a cooler and beers and that in it. And I don't know if it was a local cop or a state trooper or whatever drove by and seen me and Jack drinking. And I'm just lucky I was 21 and had my ID with me, because I was old enough to drink in the States. Otherwise, they would have taken me away, he said. And that was in 91. So I would have been 21 years old. And what happened was the disastrous experience for me was they talked me into going down the water slide, big giant friggin' water slide. And I hate getting water up my nose. And you know, my grandfather had a pool, and I lived on the shore of Lake Erie, you know, most of my younger years, and in Lowbanks, Ontario, and you know, spent hours a day swimming and stuff, and I just never liked getting water up my nose. It burned and just, it was terrible. Anyway, that was my big fear. And I said to them, I didn't want to go on it, and they said, oh yeah, you gotta try it, you gotta try it. I said, will I get water up my nose? And they said, no, you won't. And I said, well, I better not. And that was a real high water slide. And I had never ever been on a water slide before, and this is like a major one, you know. You go way the heck up there and come flying down all these twists and bends, and then you end up, you know, splashing into the pool thing at the bottom. And well, it started off bad right off the bat, because we were supposed to lock your fingers behind your head, and you sat on this little thing or cushion thing. Well, over the first bump that was up, you know, way up at the top, it threw me right off the, you know, I was airborne, and my hands come unlocked. And then there was these rings that sprinkled or shot water out, and I suppose that was to keep the slide from drying up, and that was to keep it lubricated. Well, right off the bat, that thing sprays and gets water up my nose, so right away, you know, I'm out of control. From the first bump where I flew up in the air, you know, off the thing, and now I got water up my nose. My nose and eyes is burning, and you know, I can't breathe right because the chlorine's just choking me right up and whatnot, and flying down and down and down for the grand finale of hitting the pool and having the water just forced right up my nostrils. Holy jeez. Well, I wasn't too happy with them, because they knew that was going to happen, and I should have known better, but I'll never forget that. That was the most horrible thing that I tried that was new, and just didn't work out worth the heck. I can kind of laugh about it now. It must have been funny to see it. Number 2, favorite movie quote. Who said it? Well, that's a tough one for me too, because I like the Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke, where he's complaining to his son, you know, you get a god-darn job before sundown or we're shipping you off to military school with that god-darn Finkelstein shit, kid, son of a bitch. That one, or I like that was the father, that was Chong's father in that movie. I like Wild Bunch, you know, Western by I think it was Gene Peckinpah or something Peckinpah. There was a lot of good lines in that movie too. I like where he says he's doing a bunch of shooting, and then he goes, I don't know who the character was, but he goes, woo-wee, this here's better than a hog killing. And it just cracked me up for some reason, you know. Or he goes, they're arguing over who shot this one guy. You're a liar, black liar. Well, you dig that slug out of him, you'll see that that's my .6. And then they kind of make up and says, come on, TC, help me grab his boots. And then I'd say another good one would be from Yellowbeard. What was the Monty Python, where he's one comes to mind, something to the effect of, look at everyone going around dying. You don't see me dying. They'll have to kill me before I die. I like that one. Anyway, I guess that's enough of that. The most surprising thing that a new acquaintance would learn about me, probably that I've never been married and I don't have any kids. I come close to getting married, and well, I did that one surprise story where I caught the girl that I had been going out with for 7 years, or you know, known her for 14. That wasn't it. That was one of them, but I had that bad experience. But no, I actually almost got married to this Carol lady, and good thing it didn't. But yeah, that would be one thing. It's probably surprising to a lot of people that someone, you know, soon to be 48 years old, doesn't have any, never been married and doesn't have any children. But just the way I guess it worked out, I kind of sometimes wished I did have a kid, you know, or a few, or whatever, or a couple, or. And another way I look at the world, and I'm kind of glad that I don't have any children, because I don't know. Anyway, that's what I picked for that one. And number 4 would be if I was to give up something for Lent. Well, I'm not part of that, but I mean, I'm not part of any religion anymore. I believe in God and Jesus and stuff as my Savior, but I don't go to any particular church or belong to any organization anymore. But it would be pipe smoking. And that's I did give up one year, or a few years ago. I gave up television for 40 days, and that was tough. But now I don't even watch TV. Rarely. I watch YouTube videos, and I watch the news once in a while. But that's depressing. But the only reason I watch the news is to get the weather. Other than that, I don't watch it. I'd sooner learn about things and people on YouTube. And I guess 5 that I omitted what was the most kindless, selfless thing that someone's done for me? I mean, that to me sounds like, you know, something that was really sacrifice, that somebody did something that just, to me, I think of, you know, like someone, you know, giving you a kidney, or, you know, giving you a blood transfusion, or pushing you out of the way. You know, you're going to get run over by a car, but they push you out of the way, and then they get hit, you know, instead, kind of thing. Or, I can't think of anything. And like I say, you know, out of like kind things, you know, it would be like, you know, like what aromatic sex did for me there, and then I find out pipes and bees, or bees and pipes, I can't remember. He, I think his name's Aubrey or something like that. Sent me an email and said that he's got a package heading to me, which blows my mind. You know, I never met the person before, never talked to the person, you know. So I guess, yeah, I could count that. You know, doesn't even know me. I don't know them, and they're sending me something, you know. So yeah, I guess so. And that's from the YouTube pipe community. I think it's bees and pipe. Or pipes and bees. Bees and pipes, I think. Or, I don't know, one or the other. Sorry. I can't remember it. So I guess that's my answers to your questions there, Larry. And I'll show you how far I got on the pipe for you so far. Now, what I'm concerned about is it's got a little freckle flaw right there, you can see, and it's got some right there. There's a few little ones, and there's one little freckle on the bottom somewhere. Now, I don't know if that's okay with you or not. Oh, there's a little freckle there too. There's nothing bad inside the bowl, but you know, normally a pipe like that would be blasted or rusticated. I know you want this unfinished, or like just sanded smooth, and so I don't know if that's not okay. Then I'll have to try making you another one, which is no problem either. Like I say, you can see the little. This isn't finished yet. I mean, I haven't, you know, sanded it all. You know, I just got the shaping done, pretty much. So that's the little animal anyway. Thought I'd mention that before I go. And yeah. Oh wow, I've run this video long. 19 minutes. I better go. Take care, everybody. Thanks for letting me in your, or you're putting on your 100 sub. Well, you're way over 200 now, aren't you there, PipeCat? Anyway, I've done enough babbling, so peace and take care, everybody. God bless yous all. Bye.